Hi everyone, this is Tommy with my YouTube channel, The American Truth. Today I am at Hollywood Cemetery in Richmond, Virginia, the ex-capital of the Confederacy. This is a very famous cemetery here in the city of Richmond. It was established in 1847 and the first burial took place in 1849. As you can see, all the map that you see here in granite, etched in granite, is the roads through the cemetery. Everything in blue that you see are the historic burial sites. These blue roads will take you to where all the historical stuff, historical people are buried. It says this tour map is dedicated to the memory of their own Potter Bell III, 1998. And you're going to find here that Presidents of the United States, there's two buried here, James Monroe and John Tyler. The only president of the Confederacy, Jefferson Davis, is buried here. And there are 6 former Virginia governors, including Fitzhugh Lee, who is also Robert E. Lee's nephew, was a cavalry lieutenant in the Confederacy during the Civil War, who went on to become governor of Virginia. And then you have 17,000 plus Confederate soldiers buried here, along with many other notables. Jeb Stuart's buried here. George Pickett is buried here. So let's take a little tour if we can. All right, guys. Today there are 17 plus thousand Confederate soldiers buried here at Hollywood Cemetery. Confederates are still buried here when they're found. On occasions when new construction comes in and builds neighborhoods in old areas that used to be parts of battlefields. Sometimes they come across not only Confederate soldiers but Union soldiers. Now, Union soldiers aren't buried in Hollywood Cemetery. However, they are buried in the Union Cemetery, which there are a couple of Union cemeteries around Richmond. As you can see, we're following the blue lines on the road there, if you can see them. The blue lines are the lines you're supposed to follow to get to the historical burial sites. You can see they have interments in the side of hills. And over here we have the James River running alongside Hollywood Cemetery. Absolutely beautiful out here today. This is the James River. And you can see a coal train down below there. Well, I know that pisses off you environmentalists. Where we're going first is I'm going to take you to Jefferson Davis, President Jefferson Davis, the only Confederate president. He's buried here with his wife, his kids, and extended family members. And we are now at Jefferson Davis's burial site. Jefferson Finis Davis, President of the Confederate States of America, is buried here in Hollywood Cemetery. As you can see, his monument in the flag. President Davis and wife is buried here. And it reads, Jefferson Davis at rest, an American soldier and defender of the Constitution. Born in Christian County, Kentucky, June 3rd, 1808. Died at New Orleans, Louisiana, December 6th, 1889. West Point class of 1828. Member of the House of Representatives from Mississippi from 1845 to 1846. Colonel in the 1st Mississippi Rifles Mexican War, 1846 to 1847. Brigadier General, U.S. Army, May 17, 1847. U.S. Senate, 1847 to 1851. Secretary of War, 1853 to 1857. U.S. Senator once again, 1857 to 1861. And of course, we all know he became the President of the Confederate States of America. This man has a long history, a long American history, served this country nobly. When the Civil War broke out, he chose sides. He chose to stay with the South, being that he was a Southerner. It says here, O Lord, in thee I have trusted, let me never be confounded. And it says, served with the Confederate Army. This is Joel Addison Hayes, born Holly Springs, Mississippi, March 4th, 1848. Died January 26, 1919. This was the son-in-law of Jefferson Davis. And Jefferson Davis's daughter, Margaret Howell Davis Hayes, daughter of Jefferson and Verona Davis, died July 18th, 1908. This here says Margaret Davis Hayes, member, New York chapter number 103, dedicated by New York Division UDC, June 3rd, 1997. And this is from the Real Daughters of the Confederacy seal. Says President of the Confederate States of America, 1861 to 1865, faithful to all trusts and martyr to principle, he lived and died the most consistent of American soldiers and statesmen. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Erected by his wife, Verona Howell Davis, and his daughter, Margaret Howell Davis Hayes, November 9th, 1899. All right, everyone. You have just now seen the burial place of the only Confederate president, Jefferson Finis Davis. God bless America.